Several dignitaries from the diplomatic corps, the former Chief Justices, plus other delegates attended the 6th memorial lecture of the late Joan Kagezi, who was murdered on the 30th of March 2015. Kagezi was a prosecutor at the time and she was handling the terror bombing case within the High Court.
There may be some other complications, especially when the killers are living abroad. But I think that does not stop us from exposing them, whatever the complications. And the 900 million shillings for protecting the prosecutors, that is too low. We shall have to do something to enhance it.
Uganda has got 300 prosecutors handling various cases in the various courts, deployed in different parts of the country. And they have been crying out loud, especially in terms of the meager salaries they claim they get. And therefore, they negotiated their way to ensure that the income tax is waived from their salaries. And that one has been affirmed or confirmed by President Joan Museveni.
Uganda cannot collapse because some 800 people have not paid tax, have not paid income tax. So it's really just bad planning. So since these people are on the front line of fighting crime, let's finish with them.
President Joan Museveni was the chief guest, and he promised that the enhancement of the salaries, especially for the prosecutors, that is going to be dealt with, but at a slower pace because the country is especially facing an economic challenge at this very point.
That's why we have been trying to say, please, don't insist on eating the seeds. Let's eat something, but keep seeds for planting. And I'm glad you are patient. Now you have seen, say, if your father annoys you, but you don't show him anger, when he's dying, he will bequeath you everything.
Lady Justice Francis Jane Abodo said that it is important for the country to come up with a law that protects witnesses, plus also the prosecutors who are handling the various cases that are sometimes very sensitive.
No non-procedural processes, mechanism or system exists now in order to properly protect these people who would still be in penitentiary. An effective witness protection regime and scheme foster the prosecution of powerful people accused of widespread criminal violations who still retain the machinery of power and influence over the witnesses under their control. These subordinates are often of value as critical witnesses.
I didn't know that this was a problem. So if it is a problem, the Attorney General, you should work on it, the laws.
Corruption is one of the cancers that has been eating up these countries, especially the fabric of the economy. But this is the message that President Joan Museveni has to the corrupt.
Our big problem now is corruption of public officials. This is the one which is slowing down our rate of growth. And I'm glad you are very harsh. Jane Abodo said so. Those people must go to jail, must lose opportunities of leadership, but they must pay back everything they have stolen.
The keynote speaker shared some of the major challenges, especially in terms of security within this very region.
I think I can't not mention the crisis in Sudan as the first picture right now. The risks of human smuggling and trafficking that come out of Sudan right now are significant, and they are increasing on a day-to-day basis. And I applaud the President for having so many heads of state here yesterday discussing what solutions look like, bilaterally, multilaterally, through IGAD, through the UN, through lots of other processes. It will be a diplomatic solution to the crisis.
President Joan Museveni says he's still committed to ensuring that there are more prosecutors recruited to handle the various cases in the various courts across the country. He says that the issue of when is the only factor because the country is still handling other more pressing issues. Sudil Yarhanga, NTV, Munyonyo.